Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Wait, I know what you're thinking. Where can I get some of that sweet, sweet Goods merchandise? I mean, you're right, it is very stylish and creatively designed. I'll tell you where. You can go to teespring.com. If you look in the description below, there'll be a link that'll take you to a website where you'll see all of the Goods gear that we wear here on the show. Plus, you'll be like the kids say, lit, as they look at your fit. I have no idea what that means. Just go buy a shirt.
And we're back, all flash.
No substance.
So today's top 5 is the top 5 Los Angeles comedies. This top 5 is actually dedicated to Kobe and Gianna Bryant. We miss you, we love you. And Terrence, go first.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to do this on more of a lighter note. I mean, obviously this is a kind of a down period for everybody. So let's talking about some comedies.
Yeah, especially since he was in Daddy's Home. He appeared in Daddy's Home.
He did?
Yes, he did.
I don't remember that.
Alrighty then.
And I actually like Daddy's Home. But anyway.
But go first.
All right, so this is a weird stretch because damn near every movie's been made in Los Angeles or set in Los Angeles. So it's kind of hard. And then Los Angeles is set up kind of like Detroit, where like a bunch of little cities around a big city, but they still kind of consider themselves Los Angeles. So if you want to fight me in the comments about a couple of my picks, they're close enough to Los Angeles that it counts. Man.
Orange County.
I didn't have no Orange County.
All right.
I don't have no Orange County.
No Jack Black for you. Okay,
Yeah,
got
none of
it.
that. All right, so
Number 5.
All right, so this one was in my top 5 list, and then out of my top 5 list, and back in my top 5 list.
You scratched I don't know how many times.
Yeah, I did. The Hangover.
The Hangover. That's a good pick.
Starts in Los Angeles, goes to Vegas, comes back to Los Angeles.
That's a good pick. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. All right. So why do you like The Hangover?
It's a great film. I think that, in my opinion, it got a little bit too much buzz than it deserved, but I cannot deny that it is not, that the very first one is a very funny film. It's a very funny film, and at that time I hadn't seen anything like it. Their chemistry of everybody together, which I keep wanting to call him Rocket.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. All the guys together, before I mess up any other names, all the guys together did a great job on-screen chemistry. I mean, Ed Helms, Bradley Cooper, Zach Galifianakis, all did a great job together. And I mean, that was basically the first time I got to see Zach Galifianakis in his...
Mike Epps is Black Doug.
Black Doug.
How about that one? I like that.
That was a surprise cameo of the movie Black Doug. But the movie itself about a forgotten night of a night of wild fun that they had, and they have to relive the steps, stuff like that. The movie's a great film.
I thought that was fun because it was almost like a scavenger hunt to a certain degree.
It was a great film that should have stayed at one film. It should have never been a 2 and 3.
I completely agree with you, but when you make that kind of bread, you know part 2 is coming, part 3 is coming.
Look out for Joker Part 2.
Yeah, and which Bradley Cooper produced and directed by Todd Phillips. But you have that kind of a cast, and everything about it, to me, it's original. Mm-hmm. It was an original story. All the jokes hit. Zach Galifianakis have made a star out of him. I'm with you 100% with that.
And what is it, Dr. Ken?
Ken Jeong,
yep. Yeah, Dr. Ken. First time I got to see him and his nether region.
Alrighty then.
Number
4!
All right, so I almost forgot, and then I remembered. But then you kind of have to look at it is that you didn't remember that it was Los Angeles, but when I went to go look it up, yeah, it was Los Angeles. This is the end. It was the apocalypse of Los Angeles.
It was the apocalypse of Los Angeles.
It was the apocalypse of Los Angeles, but it was Los Angeles. And we talk about people having chemistry together. These guys are all friends and do things together. So it would make sense for them to do a big, large picture where they all kind of get to hang out together.
I thought Danny McBride was a standout.
He was a standout in that movie. Surprise cameo, Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Best little cameo there, but the movie itself worked. When we talk about jokes hitting, because they got to play themselves for real, and it was like they weren't playing other characters; they were playing themselves. I mean, some other actors were playing other characters, but they were playing themselves and how they would deal with the end of the world coming.
And they had so many cameos on there too. Mm-hmm. So many different actors that you would never expect to come out in a movie like that, and they did. Yeah, I thought it was.
I loved how James Franco still had his Spider-Man 3 cut out standee down in the basement.
That was the best part ever.
With that talent, though, I expected a little bit more.
Really?
It was funny, but with that talent, I expected a lot more, but it was fine for what it was.
Okay.
Right.
Well, number three.
Number three.
Here's where I'm gonna hear some stuff in the.
That ain't Los Angeles.
That ain't Los Angeles. The Goods.
The Goods. Buy hard, sell hard.
Buy hard, sell hard.
Heaven, baby.
6 miles away from California, or 6 miles away from Los Angeles in Alhambra, California.
Okay.
Barely outside, man. It's barely outside of Los Angeles. If you guys want to go ahead and complain about it, put it in the comments below.
That was a hilarious movie.
But it's a
I
hilarious
cannot
movie.
take anything away from you. Venice Beach.
Once again, same year that this came out with the Hangover, this should have beat the Hangover.
This should have been a lot. I think it should have.
We should be talking about how they did a Goods 2 and 3, and it
more.
should have stopped at the first one.
It should have gotten more than what it did.
The
Underrated film.
Jeremy Piven, God bless, where's he at now? It's like, this should have been his
Hoping for Entourage 2.
He is, right? So, bring back the reboot. This should have been his. I mean, this should have been a coming out for him. He was leaving basically television to start doing movies. This was a great start for him, and it got lost to Hangover. Yeah, I love Hangover. It's number 5.
Number 5.
But it is not better than The Goods. This movie worked on all facets. Everybody, all of my comedies seem to be like ensembles. And this was it. It was like Jeremy Piven got to be Jeremy Piven, obviously, which was Ari
Ving Rhames, Catherine Hahn.
Ari from Entourage as a car salesman, but I mean, it really, really works, and it's funny, and I cannot stop watching this film. Bring on the Goods 2.
Bring on the Goods 2. Speaking of 2.
All right, number 2.
Number 2.
All right. Beverly Hills Cop. Los Angeles County.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right.
Close enough. It's in the county, man. Beverly Hills Cop, obviously, I'm a big fan.
Axel's right there.
Axel's right here. Axel's right here. Axel's right here. I'm a big fan. Bringing a streetwise cop out of Detroit, moving him over to Los Angeles County, better known as Beverly Hills, and seeing how he would react, or how he can adapt to that type of lifestyle, and the way they do police work over there when he brings his streetwise Detroit, shucking and jiving over to
I didn't say that. He said that.
over to Beverly Hills Police Force. The movie's great. It's iconic. It still stands. Even though when you look at it, you can see the fashion is definitely of the 80s. But still,
Well, once you get Thriller jackets.
Yeah, I know exactly. He even laughs about it. Eddie Murphy laughs about it in the movie. And you get a thin Eddie Murphy as opposed to the when he got all dieseled for Nutty Professor. But anyway, the movie's great.
Okay.
Yeah, did you not when he was working out? Yeah.
Buddy.
Nah, I'm not talking about Sherman Klump.
I was like, you call that? Okay.
I mean, for some people that is diesel. But the movie's great. The movie's iconic. It still stands today. You can watch that movie and still enjoy it and not feel that it's dated outside of the fashion.
Okay. Number 1.
Number 1!
What?
I mean, I feel like it's an obvious one.
No.
What?
What?
White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump.
Venice Beach is in Los Angeles. It's in Los Angeles because I don't want to see nothing in the comment. Well, that was Venice. Venice Beach. It was right there from Los Angeles. And that movie is amazing. And once again, of a movie that can last even outside of the decade that it was in. They're still talking trash on the court and street ball to this day. The fashion is obviously of the 90s.
Yes.
But
they're playing basketball. It's different.
So you're saying like you go to the neighborhood?
Yeah, you
courts
can
and
still
stuff
ball
like that.
in those kind of clothes.
But the movie is great, and Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes' chemistry is we talk about it all the time. It led to them doing a bunch of other films together because it shows that they knew how to play off of each other. Just the whole con man and hustling and stuff like that. That movie's great. Didn't we do a hustling movie? Hustling top 5.
We never aired it.
We never aired it. I'm sorry. So I just spoiled it. Whenever we get around to doing that again,
it was
that's
an
in top
infamous
5.
one because you thought mine was so controversial.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Everybody was gonna hate that anyway. That was my top 5.
My number 5 starts with swingers.
Of course. And that is why it was
He's
not
right
in my
here.
top 5.
They're right here. I'm right here. He's right here. Swingers is one of my favorite comedies of all time. Set in LA, you have the whole kind of like young Hollywood and up and coming Hollywood also, with Favreau trying to be a writer, which who knew he was going to be basically the godfather of the MCU films, not Marvel, but the films. So hell of a job also with Mandalorian, but regardless, this is where it started for him. He wrote this movie, he got Vince Vaughn in it, and they were just magic together. It's big inspiration for me and for all of us, all of our friends. Absolutely one of the funniest movies ever. Number 4! You're gonna hate me for this, I don't care. Get Shorty!
Why?
I freaking love Get Shorty.
It's an okay movie.
Every time that movie is on, I have to watch it. It's just one of those movies, like White Man Can't Jump, New Jack City, Scarface, all these type of movies. Like if it's on, I gotta watch it.
You have to see The Rock with Afro.
No, Get Shorty, not Be
Cool. That's what it is.
No, Get Shorty
You don't
part
even
one.
get to see Rock with an Afro.
But you got John Travolta, Rene Russo, Danny DeVito, Gene Hackman. You have so much of a freaking awesome cast in this movie, and it was a shock that Travolta was not nominated for this role. It was the first role that he did after Pulp Fiction. He was just absolutely amazing, and the way he is just reminds me of my stepdad. And I just can't help it. It was just a freaking great movie. I love that movie. Number 4.
Number 3!
Number 3 is also White Man Can't Jump.
Why so low?
Because 2 and 1 are better. White Man Can't Jump is one of my favorite movies of all time. When I was 14, 15 years old, I was watching this movie religiously all the freaking time. Erase that, it was 17. But I was watching it all the freaking time. Rewind it, play it. Rewind it, play it.
Did you have the bicycle hat?
I did.
They turned it backwards with it flipped up.
No, I had TNC surf designs with the freaking mud flaps on the back. It was awful. Anyway, but yeah. Everything about that movie, as far as the dialogue and them cutting back and forth, and I saw your mom kicking a can when I asked her what she's doing, she said moving. So I mean, you had stuff like that going on in it. You know, a lot of just. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So many things that we actually still quote to this day, especially if we play basketball. Too easy. He just put that out there on Twitter, by the way. So yes, White Man Can't Jump. Number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Beverly Hills Cop, Part 2.
Really? What's the second one?
I like the second one a hell of a lot better
They did
than
a lot
the
of the
first
first and the first one.
Yeah, and then the second one is just a lot better to me, only because, you got Axel already. You get a little bit more, you get more of him in his element in Detroit.
You got Bronson Pinchot.
You did. I didn't get Bronson Pinchot. You got Bronson Pinchot.
No, I'm talking about in the movie.
Yeah, you did in Part 1. He didn't come out in Part 2.
He didn't come out too?
No, he did not come out in Part 2.
Oh, wow. All right.
But, it's a perfect continuation of, of what happens in these relationships, after what happened in the events of Part 1. And it's like I said, you see Eddie in a little bit more of his own element, because the first part of the movie takes place in Detroit. Mm-hmm. So, you get that, and then when he finally goes back, and just the chemistry he's got with John Ashton and Judge Reinhold is just freaking, they don't skip a beat. So, hopefully we get, I know he's going to make Part 4, hopefully they can get those 3 back together. But
it was called Metro.
Beverly Hills Cop Part 2 is my number 2.
Number 1!
Number 1 is Friday! Friday Part 1, written by Ice Cube, and the best thing about it was he had already done Boys in the Hood, he had already had all of his albums and NWA and all that good stuff, but you know what, and we've talked about this before, we might have grown up the way we grew up. Some of it was hard, some of it was violent, but there were some good. You live to fight another day. But it also showed the funny side and the really awesome times of growing up in the hood, because we had some good times in the hood. It wasn't all, bad. It was that we had some fun times and a lot of laughs growing up.
Yes, definitely.
So I give kudos to Ice Cube for kind of going against the grain and not following in the footsteps again with like Menace to Society and stuff like that. He actually took a comedic route, did something different, made a freaking star out of Chris Tucker. Yeah. Completely made a star out of Chris Tucker. Highlighted John Witherspoon a little bit more too. It was absolutely funny. We quote that movie to this day. And Part 2 was okay, Part 3 was but Part 1, that's my favorite. Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. What did I write down that I actually took off my list? Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. That's not a comedy though.
I know. That's why I took it off my list.
It could be a comedy. Part 2.
I mean, the only other one that I didn't put Friday. I actually kind of.
How could you not put Friday?
I also too. I put The Big Lebowski, but I'm not that big a fan of The Big Lebowski. I know it had a thing, and I'm aware that it was okay, but it wasn't my favorite movie, so I couldn't put it in my top 5.
And not even as an honorable mention?
I put it as an honorable mention right now.
Oh, you did put it on. Okay, all right. That it?
That's it. I mean, that's
Dude, I had
Friday and Airplane, or Friday Lethal Weapon and Big Lebowski.
Okay, I had I had Beverly Hills Cop 1, obviously, Naked Gun, Bowfinger, Car Wash, Dragnet.
I didn't like Car Wash.
I love Dragnet though.
Oh, Dragnet. Oh,
Tom Hanks and
Naked Gun. The Naked Gun.
Yeah, Naked Gun, dude, all day. Big Lebowski, Pretty Woman. I gave it to him.
You know, I've never seen Pretty Woman.
That's a good movie. Rush Hour.
Oh yeah, Rush Hour.
You gotta have Rush Hour in there. Yeah, and Down and Out in Beverly Hills. That movie, back in the day, that was when you had these stars coming out, and they were actually being highlighted. Like Richard Dreyfuss, he had done Stakeout, and then he had done Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Actually, I think this was the first one before Stakeout, but it brought him back a little bit. And Tin Men after that. So I mean, it was just generally a funny movie with Dreyfuss, Bette Midler, Nick Nolte, and it had Little Richard was in it. So yeah, I absolutely love Down and Out in Beverly Hills. It is probably at least top 5 Nick Nolte for sure. So yeah, so that's my top 5. Terrence, take us home.
All right, so once again, another top 5. Make sure you put your top 5 list in the comments below. If you guys are gonna blow me up or blow us up about the fact that maybe, I mean, you got a Beverly Hills pick in there too.
Yeah,
don't
you.
Okay. But if you're gonna blow us up about them not specifically being in Los Angeles, I'm gonna delete your comment. So don't waste the typing. So also too, if you haven't already done it, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave it.
All right, like we said before, this episode of the Top 5 is dedicated to Kobe and Gianna Bryant.
Yes.
It is a tragedy, but we celebrate your life more than we mourn your death. We will miss you, we love you, and nothing but peace and love to the people out there in Los Angeles. For Aspen in college and Art doing whatever the hell he's at, doing whatever the hell he's at.
Doing it wherever the hell he's at.
Doing it wherever the hell he's at. I'm Manny.
That sounds good to me. I'm Terrence.
That's Terrence. And we'll see you next time.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. Give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night, or they don't have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it.
Top flight.